The 16th branch of Megamart and Macromart supermarkets in Bahrain has opened in Sahala. The best offers are available to the customers at affordable rates. Everyone is welcome. During and around the opening day, a variety of fish including salmon, meat and dairy products, roastery, frozen items, food and non-food items, groceries, fruits and vegetables, electronics, garments and ready-to-eat food items are available to the customers at affordable rates. Hearty welcome to all. Megamart and Macromart, your favorite shopping destination.
വാട്ടിയ വാഴയിലയിൽ കുത്തരിച്ചോറും പരിപ്പും പപ്പടവും സാമ്പാറും അവിയലും തോരനുമൊക്കെയായി ഒരു പൊതിച്ചോറ് കിട്ടിയാലോ? കൊതിച്ചു നിൽക്കാതെ വരൂ മോനോ ലൗഞ്ച് ആൻഡ് റെസ്റ്റോറന്റിലേക്ക്. സൗത്ത് ഇന്ത്യൻ, ചൈനീസ്, ഗ്രിൽ തുടങ്ങിയ വ്യത്യസ്ത രുചിഭേദങ്ങൾ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ആസ്വദിക്കാം ഫാമിലി ഫസ്റ്റ് ക്ലാസ് റെസ്റ്റോറന്റായ മോനോയിൽ നിന്നും. കൂടാതെ പാർട്ടി ഹാൾ, പ്രൈവറ്റ് പാർക്കിംഗ്, ലൈസൻസ്, ഷീഷ, ലൈവ് മ്യൂസിക് എന്നിവയും ലഭ്യമാണ്. മോനോ ലൗഞ്ച് ആൻഡ് റെസ്റ്റോറന്റ് after Siam Garage, Lulu Dana Mall Road, Burhama. Contact number 7793 4111 3363 4111.
Good evening friends. Welcome to another episode of BMC Global Live Al Hilal Health World, Nothing But Lifestyle. I am Anupama Menon. Good health is not valued until sickness comes. Through this talk show Health World, we aim to provide valuable information on various medical topics so that you can keep diseases at bay and enjoy good health. This is the holy month of Ramadan. As we all know, this is a period of fasting, spiritual rejuvenation and spiritual discipline for our Muslim brothers and sisters. Fasting is a great way to purify one's body, mind and soul and to bring you closer to Allah. In today's episode, we shall discuss Ramadan fasting and diabetes. To throw more light on this subject, we are joined by Dr. Rajneesh Kumar, Specialist Internal Medicine from Al Hilal Hospital, Muharraq. So let's go over to him and know more about this.
Hi.
Doctor, welcome to the show and thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Good evening.
How are you doing today?
Yeah, fine. Thank you.
So doctor, as we all know, fasting is an integral part of Ramadan, which all our Muslim brothers and sisters do. And but is there any particular category of people who are exempted from fasting during the month of Ramadan?
Medically, those who are seriously ill or with chronic conditions, those who are having severe uncontrolled diabetes or type 1 diabetes or pregnant ladies with diabetes, are exempted, advised not to take Ramadan fasting.
So I'm sure a lot of our viewers suffer from diabetes. It's a very common
very
ailment.
common.
It affects people of all ages. So our viewers would like to know, with this condition of diabetes, is it safe to fast during the month of Ramadan?
It's safe to fast during Ramadan for type 2 diabetes without any much complications. First you need to follow the doctor's advice, get a pre-Ramadan counseling from the doctor, and then do necessary modification of the medication, and get dietary advice, and follow the dietary advice by the doctor.
So it's perfectly safe for even for
safe.
diabetic patients to fast during the month of Ramadan. But what are the potential risk factors? What could happen? There are certain things I'm sure that the diabetic patients should keep in mind when they're fasting. So if you could just list out those factors for the viewers.
Diabetic, they are at a greater risk of hypoglycemia, that is low sugar or high sugar or dehydration, or ketoacidosis, and kidney complications. So patient must be aware of the symptoms of hypoglycemia. That is, when the sugar is going down, he can meet the doctor and he will give you the symptoms, like if he is feeling headache, don't just think that it's because of fasting. It can be due to low sugar or tiredness. In case of moderate hypoglycemia, patient may feel sudden sweating, dizziness, all those things. And sometimes the severe hypoglycemia, a patient may not be able to tell anything. The patient may be confused and may become unconscious also. So you must be aware of the hypoglycemia.
So what exactly are the symptoms of hypoglycemia? Is it dizziness?
Yeah, in mild cases it will be only
Headache.
Headache, dizziness, and tremor. In moderate to severe case it will be tremor, sweating, sudden sweating, and
So
syncope.
let's say a patient suffers from very low blood sugar. What is a step that they can take at home suddenly?
At home,
when
if you have
this
glucometer,
happens?
first do a checking. Even if you don't have a glucometer and if he is symptomatic, he can directly break the fast and take some sugary rich drink followed by a low GI meal like rice or something.
Okay. And what if the blood sugar level is very high?
Very high, like above 300, then also you need to break the fast and take the medication prescribed by the doctor.
So during this period of fasting, what is the right time to monitor? Most of them I'm sure have this glucometer at home, so they would be doing it at home itself. So is there any particular time which is ideal for testing your blood sugar?
Ideally, first you can measure 2 hours after iftar, 2 to 3 hours after iftar. So we'll get the maximum level of sugar, and morning at 11 a.m. and evening 4 p.m. 4 p.m. around 3 to 4 p.m. That is that time most people get hypoglycemia.
Evening
3 to 4 p.m.
Okay.
If they are going for a nap, they won't be aware of the hypoglycemia. They will get up with headache, and they will think it's due to fasting. But maybe their sugar is going low and need a modification of the medications.
So even during fasting, I think for diabetic patients, constant monitoring is very, very
At least
important.
2 to 3 times. Also, the monitoring does not break the fast.
Okay.
This glucose pricking does not break the fast.
Okay. And doctor, any tips that you would like to share with the students, because when they go through fasting, it can be quite difficult for them, especially with exams and studies and going to school. So any tips that you would like to share with the students for a very smooth and peaceful fasting?
Yeah, mainly diet. Go for avoid sugars, high fat. Go for complex carbohydrate, protein, and vegetables, fruits. And study time, better to study after the zuhur, not before the iftar. And before iftar there is
Low energy
levels and it won't be memorized much. So it's better to study after the zuhur.
After zuhur. And what is the importance of zuhur in breaking the fast? What is the ideal time for it, and what are the kinds of food that one should ideally have during for zuhur?
Zuhur is the important meal to prevent hypoglycemia during daytime. First of all, don't take early zuhur. Take the zuhur in the exact time, and take a mixture of more protein, 25% protein, complex carbohydrate, fruits, and avoid sugars, fried food, caffeine. Caffeine will cause more urine to go during daytime, and it can cause dehydration. Eat balanced food with more protein. Protein, it will decrease the hormonal ghrelin, so patient will not feel hungry during the day.
16th branch of Megamart and Macromart supermarkets in Bahrain has opened in Sahla. The best offers are available to the customers at affordable rates. Everyone is welcome. During and around the opening day, a variety of fish including salmon, meat and dairy products, roastery, frozen items, food and non-food items, groceries, fruits and vegetables, electronics, garments and ready-to-eat food items are available to the customers at affordable rates. Hearty welcome to all. Megamart and Macromart, your favorite shopping destination.
So, any general tips that you would like to share with the viewers, especially those suffering from diabetes, in the general tips that they have to keep in mind when they are fasting?
They must be aware of the hypoglycemic symptoms. Hyperglycemia, like if the patient is going too often to the washroom or feeling too much thirsty, it indicates that patient may have high sugar. So, he can check the sugar or break the fast and drink water. Or if the patient is feeling dizzy or blackouts, then there may be dehydration. Then also he need to break the fast.
So, if they feel they are dehydrated, if they experience any kind of these kind
Like,
of symptoms, first I think they should check their blood sugar. If it's very low or very high, then
It's
they're
not possible if
advised.
he is symptomatic, no need to check also. They can break the
then
fast.
they can break the fast. Okay. So, doctor, what about women who are lactating and who are diabetic also? Is it advisable for them to fast?
Ideally, it's not advisable if the patient is diabetic and we are feeding the baby. It's not advisable to feed the do the fasting. Still, if they want to fast, they can do some modification in the medication and consult the doctor. Ideally, it is not recommended.
Not recommended. And what about the calorie intake? How should this be divided between iftar and zuhur?
Ideally, the total calorie 40% should be with iftar, and 30% zuhur, and balance in between the snacks. 2 snacks in between.
Okay. So, iftar should be 40%.
40% and zuhur should be around 30%.
30%, and the other 2 whatever meals you are having in between, it can be divided between these
and
2
drink
meals.
water at least 2 liters.
2 liters during this period.
During this
okay,
period.
so that you stay hydrated during the day when you are fasting.
Especially at the last, with the zuhur at least 500 to 750 ml.
Okay, so more water intake at the time of zuhur meal.
Zuhur, yeah.
Okay. So, doctor, what about the intake of medicines during the fasting? Because as we know, diabetic patients, most of them are on medication. Some of them may be even taking insulin injections.
Yeah.
So, does this need to be modified, or they can continue with the same dosage and even the timing of taking the medicine?
Yeah, we need to visit the doctor. Certain medication has to be stopped which can cause dehydration, and certain medication which can cause severe hypoglycemia has to be need dose reduction or need to be stopped, and some insulin also need change. Some shorter acting insulin has to be changed to other types of insulin.
And can this medicines be had after the zuhur meal? Because some of the medicines, it's advised that you should have it only on a full stomach. So, it's okay to have it after the zuhur meal, right?
Whatever medication before meal, those who the patient was taking before in the breakfast, that has to be taken with the iftar.
Iftar, not with the suhoor. It has to be taken with iftar.
Before iftar.
Before iftar. Okay.
Which can cause low sugars. And also it need a dose modification. It's ideal to meet a doctor before the.
It's better to take doctor's advice and guidance and then do what amount.
Certain drug has to be stopped. Okay. He cannot take during Ramadan fasting.
So doctor's advice is essential in this case. Doctor, we all know that some form of exercise is advised for diabetic patients to keep their sugar levels under control. So, during this period of fasting, should they stick to their normal routine, maybe walks or running, or can they work out in the gym, or do you think it should be avoided?
Yeah, heavy exercise should be avoided. Normal mild walking and all can be done, but in this climate, heavy exertion will cause hypoglycemia, dehydration.
Dehydration also.
Yes, they will be at more risk of developing complications.
But a mild form of exercise, maybe a half an hour walk and all that, they can still continue with that, right?
20 minutes walk and all, not heavy
not
exercise.
Heavy exercises. So, doctor, before we wrap up, any takeaway message for our viewers about fasting, especially when you have the condition of diabetes?
It's absolutely safe to fast diabetics to it's safe for the diabetics to fast during Ramadan. Just make sure that you consult the doctor for necessary dose modification of the medications and dietary advice, and eat healthy food like complex carbohydrates, more proteins, healthy fats, and fruits and vegetables, and drink plenty of water, minimum 2 liters or above water during the between iftar and suhoor. And to do mild to moderate exercise only, don't do heavy exercise, and watch for the symptoms of any complications like low sugar, high sugar. If you are feeling sudden sweating or anything, or if you are feeling too much thirsty, if you don't have the glucometer, you can break the fast and go drink water, or can go to immediately consult a doctor.
Thank you so much, Doctor. Thank you for your valuable inputs. I'm sure all of viewers find this extremely useful and informative. Thank you once again.
Thank you.
So friends, Ramadan Kareem to all of you. May Allah keep you away from all sorts of diseases and illnesses in this holy month of Ramadan and give you the strength to fast peacefully. Stay healthy and happy always. This is Anupama signing off. Till we meet again next time. Good night and take care.
The 16th branch of Megamart and Macromart supermarkets in Bahrain has opened in Sahala. The best offers are available to the customers at affordable rates. Everyone is welcome. During and around the opening day, a variety of fish including salmon, meat and dairy products, roastery, frozen items, food and non-food items, groceries, fruits and vegetables, electronics, garments and ready-to-eat food items are available to the customers at affordable rates. Hearty welcome to all. Megamart and Macromart, your favorite shopping destination.
വാട്ടിയ വാഴയിലയിൽ കുത്തരിച്ചോറും പരിപ്പും പപ്പടവും സാമ്പാറും അവിയലും തോരനുമൊക്കെയായി ഒരു പൊതിച്ചോറ് കിട്ടിയാലോ? കൊതിച്ചു നിൽക്കാതെ വരൂ മോനോ ലൗഞ്ച് ആൻഡ് റെസ്റ്റോറന്റിലേക്ക്. സൗത്ത് ഇന്ത്യൻ, ചൈനീസ്, ഗ്രിൽ തുടങ്ങിയ വ്യത്യസ്ത രുചിഭേദങ്ങൾ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ആസ്വദിക്കാം ഫാമിലി ഫസ്റ്റ് ക്ലാസ് റെസ്റ്റോറന്റ് ആയ മോനോയിൽ നിന്നും. കൂടാതെ പാർട്ടി ഹാൾ, പ്രൈവറ്റ് പാർക്കിംഗ്, ലൈസൻസ്, ഷീഷ, ലൈവ് മ്യൂസിക് എന്നിവയും ലഭ്യമാണ്. മോനോ ലൗഞ്ച് ആൻഡ് റെസ്റ്റോറന്റ് ആഫ്റ്റർ സിയാം ഗാരേജ്, ലുലു ഡാന മോൾ റോഡ്, ബുർഹാമ. Contact number 7793 4111 3363 4111.